you have introduced?
Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Muthoot Finance Q3FY25 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Sanket Chheda from DAM Capital. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Yeah, hi all. Thank you and very warm good evening. We have with us the entire senior management team of Muthoot Finance to discuss their Q3 results. From the management team, we have Mr. George Alexander Muthoot, who is the Managing Director, Mr. Alexander George, who is Whole-Time Director, George M. Alexander, Whole-Time Director, George M. George, Whole-Time Director, George M. Jacob, Whole-Time Director, and Mr. Ethan Alexander, who is the Executive Director, Mr. K.R. Bijimon, who is the Executive Director, and Mr. Oommen Mammen, who is the CFO. Without further ado, I will hand the call over to the MD, sir, for their opening remarks, post which we will follow up with the question and answers. So over to you, sir.
Thank you and good evening to all. We are pleased to place before you the financial results of Muthoot Finance. We had a consolidated loan assets under management which grew by 34% year on year to 1,11,308 crores as of 9th March as against the 82,773 crores last year. During this quarter, the consolidated loan assets under management increased by 7,159 crores, an increase of 7% quarter on quarter. The consolidated profit after tax for the 9 months stood at 3,908 as against 3,285 last year, an increase of 19% year on year. The consolidated profit after tax for Q3 of this financial year increased by 21% year on year to 1,392 crores as against 1,145 crores in Q3 of last year. We are pleased to report another strong quarter building on our robust performance trajectory. In Q3 financial year 25, our standalone assets under management witnessed a significant growth of 26,305 crores, driven by a robust 37% year-on-year growth on our core gold loan portfolio. During 9 months, the gold loans increased by 21,660 crores, registering a growth of 29%. This was in tandem with the accelerated demand for gold loans, especially during the festive season. Our standalone profit after tax for the 9 months grew by 23% year-on-year, stands at 3,693 crores. The surge in gold loan advances reflects not only the trust our customers place in us, but also the resilience of India's economic momentum. Among our subsidiaries, we have witnessed growth in the housing finance arm, disbursing 880 crores in the 9 months, up from 493 crores last year. We have tempered the disbursements in response to a challenge faced in the microfinance sector, and all our focus continues to be on strengthening collections and enhancing quality of the loan book. We are closely monitoring the industry situation, and we see this as a transitionary issue and expect it to get resolved in the next couple of quarters. The expansion of our branch network and the increasing adoption of digital platforms have further strengthened customer engagement, with a significant portion of transactions now being facilitated through digital channels. I think I will leave it there. All the other details, etc., are there with you in the presentations, and I will now wait for the queries and questions from the team there.
Thank you very much. We will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Thank you. We take the first question from the line of Rajiv Mehta from Yes Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, sir. Good evening. Congrats on very strong numbers. Sir, my first question is on, the employee expenses were higher Q1 and Y&Y by a significant extent. But when I look at the employee base, it's flat. There is 0% growth in employee base. So can you please elaborate on how this growth in employee cost has come about? Maybe you can, slightly elaborate about the variables, the incentives which were, there, or maybe any new plans or new schemes of variables or incentives which was introduced, for growth.
Yeah, I think there are two things. One, when business growth, is our staff for the business growth. Second, during the last quarter is the festival quarter, all the Onam bonus, Diwali bonus, all are paid in that period, and that would have been the reason for the employee cost to go up. But again, it is in line with the usual trend.
Mm-hmm. And can you also comment on the growth outlook now? Because you have already achieved your full year guidance. We are already up 29% in the year. But what is the incremental growth outlook, from a pure volume perspective? Of course, value-wise, gold is going up, but from a volume perspective and from a competition perspective, do you remain very confident about delivering very similar performance in the coming quarters also?
No, I wouldn't want to say exactly that, but certainly there will be growth in this quarter also. But I wouldn't want to commit a number to it. But anyway, we are glad that we were able to grow this much in the 9 months.
Okay.
29% in the 9 months, we are glad to see our growth there. The next quarter also, we should see some growth, but I don't want to give a number to it.
And just one last thing I want to clarify, whether from January, have we made any changes in terms of any practices on the ground in any of the aspects? Because, there was a regulatory observation for all the gold loan players, and 3 months were given for feedback. And I'm sure there would have been a to and fro discussion with the regulator. But post that, were there any conclusive feedback from the regulator which we had to implement on the ground in January and February?
Yeah, you're right. There was some communication from the regulator. It is mostly hygiene checks, which all banks and finance companies need to do, and we have given our comments to them. And to answer your question, we did not have to do any changes in the processes which we are doing. It is mostly a process oriented, and it is in line with what we are doing. And there is no changes required in that.
So no impact on growth as such from those changes. Yeah.
No.
Got it. Thank you, sir, and best of luck.
Thank you, sir. We take the next question from the line of Shreya Shivani from CLSA. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity and congratulations on a good set of numbers. Sir, I have two questions. First is on the borrowing profile. If you can give us a little bit of idea on the cost of fund rate movement, that the trend in the cost of fund that we can expect in 4Q and the year to come by. I believe our majority of our bank loans are MCLR linked. Is there some more color you can give in terms of how much is 6 month MCLR or 1 year linked? And is any of our borrowing linked to repo rate? So my second question is on the partnership. Your PPT talks about partnership with GPay and PhonePe. Can you help us understand how the business dynamics and the sharing of the economics of that partnership will take place, and how much? The economics. Can you talk about the economics of the thing? Yeah. Thank you.
So in terms of borrowings, we have the secured debentures. We have the bank borrowings, which constitutes 56%. Secured borrowings, NCDs constitute about 26%. Now we have ventured into the ECB borrowings for the current year again, so that constitutes about 13%. So I think these are the three major avenues where NBFCs can do borrowing. In terms of borrowing costs, I think it's roughly around 9%. It will be the borrowing cost. Most of the limits are linked to MCLR, and because we have a larger proportion of term loans, most of these term loans are going to reset annually. So, very few loan limits are less than under the working capital limit. Majority is in the term loans, so that reset is going to happen annually. And loans linked to repo rate, it's very, very negligible.
Got it. So what would be the landing cost on your ECBs? And this 9% you mentioned, is this incremental cost of borrowing?
Yeah, roughly around 9% will be the incremental cost.
So the next question you asked us about the Google Pay and Phone Pay. Yes, we have an arrangement with them. Their arrangement is for lead generation, which will help us in home loans, personal loans, LAP, etc. So they are generating leads for us, and we just started it. So it's going on.
Okay, sir. So it will be they'll be like distributors for you. You'll pay this fee sort of a thing for generating leads for you, right? That's how they
generating leads for us. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Those were my questions, and all the best.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Vaibhav Bajajia from Honesty and Integrity Investments. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Thanks for providing me the opportunity. So, sir, in one of the earlier con calls in the for you specified for the microfinance business, you have customers. You require customers to come to your branches to pay installment versus other companies having field agents who go and collect. So, in terms of so why do you think that this approach is better, and where does it reflect in terms of either reducing regulatory risk or better credit cost? How this approach is better?
See, a good part of our business in the microfinance from the ESG, but from the
SSG.
SSG model. So that they have a connect to the customers even before they take the loan. So that is one of the main advantages or differentiator with us. The second is again the loans, the customers are to come to the branch to pay the money, and that is our model. I think it is definitely having helped us. I wouldn't want to compare it to the other models, but definitely it has helped us, and probably it is standing us in good stead now.
It also gives feel like a bank-like environment when they are able to come to the branch and do the transactions with us.
That's what we have been doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. And sir, lastly, on many con calls you have always guided for 4 to 5% long-term ROA. Currently, we are doing much better than that for sure. But for a long-term basis, you have always guided for mostly 4 to 4%. But even if you achieve 4 to 5% on a long-term basis, and your leverage is always less than 3. So that implies that your ROE will always be around 12-13% if we get to our guidance that you always give. So how do you think about the leverage? And because we keep generating a lot of profit, keep accumulating this, and leverage keeps on reducing, which depress. So I just want to understand what are your thoughts on that?
I think it will start changing now because the last one month, I think last December it was 2.2.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. We are losing your audio.
So leverage has increased in the last 1 year. Last year it was 2.24. Now it is 2.75 times leverage. So it improves along with the borrowing. Though we are generating capital, I think sooner or later we should be seeing a better leverage and better utilization of the capital.
But any thoughts on increasing? Trying to give more dividends in terms to the shareholders and trying to improve ROE through that.
We had a board meeting today also. Such discussions were not there. But I think the businesses are doing well. So we feel that maybe no decisions have been taken anyway. But keeping more money in the company definitely helps, I suppose.
Okay, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Mona Ketan from Dolat Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir, good evening and congratulations on a strong quarter. So firstly, if I have to look at NPA in the standalone book, how much would be the non-gold, how much would be coming from non-gold segments versus the gold, if you could help me with that? It was about 190 crore last quarter, the non-gold NPA.
So what was your question? I didn't understand the question here. The NPA, the stage 3 for this year is 4.22. This quarter is 4.22 versus 4.3 in just immediate quarter. So what is the question? I didn't understand the question.
So this includes gold, PL and some SME book as well, right? So I'm just trying to understand how much is from the non-gold segments versus the gold. I think it was 190 crore as you highlighted last quarter. Where does it stand for this quarter?
Around 300 crores.
Okay. So we are seeing a significant rise in this segment, which mainly comes from PL. So could we expect this to be the peak, or what is the thought process here in the PL NPA or the non-gold NPA in the standalone book?
Non-gold, I think this will be the peak, of course. And when you grow the book, naturally the absolute amount could increase. But with the current non-gold portfolio, I think this should be the peak.
Okay. And how about the ARC sale? What is the outstanding, and when could we expect, if at all, any benefit to come in the other income?
So it has already started coming in, in terms of booking the income. So we have already received the principal amount of security receipts. We have already started booking income in based on the collections coming from the residual portfolio.
Probably in the next this quarter or next quarter, we should see it fully coming back.
Okay. So the outstanding is nil. All the loans have been sold by the ARC.
No, so the loans, some more portions are there. What I said is the security receipts, the value has come down nil. So we are able to book income from the further collection.
Thereafter, the income which comes will be booked as income. The collections which come will be booked as income in Muthoot Finance.
Got it. So something substantial could come in the ensuing quarters, and there was some small component this quarter as well.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. And just finally, on the branches, what kind of approval we have for this year for additional branches?
We have we had approvals. I think we are again given papers for approval. I think it should come this quarter also.
So right now we don't have any RBI approval for FY25 branches. Is that a fair understanding?
So this year we focused on expansion of branch network in our wholly owned subsidiary Muthoot Money. So we have added almost close to about 800 branches during the year. We have transformed Muthoot Money from a pure vehicle finance company to into a gold loan company. So because we feel that vehicle finance business is too competitive and the margins are lower. So we transformed that company into a vehicle loan company. So we focused on adding a gold loan company. We have focused on building the network in that company. So currently it has close to 1,000 branches.
950.
But the approval for this year from a Muthoot Finance, the standalone business, it's not yet there from RBI.
Yeah. The last approval, we completed opening of the last approval last quarter. This quarter, there were no pending approvals.
Got it. Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Shweta from Elara. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity and congratulations on a good quarter. So I have two questions. One, so the fresh loans to new customers, the quantum has actually remained steady quarter on quarter and rather come down from the beginning of the fiscal year. Now I understand that, the tonnage growth largely would have been attributable to the gold price, the underlying gold price hike. So how do you see actually the organic growth, either from the customer addition or productivity gains through branch network expansion will come through in the next or forthcoming quarters? That's question number one. Question number two, so banks and ministry have been highlighting about rising GNPAs in the gold lending segment. Now I completely understand it's a highly recoverable asset and you have strategy in place. But given the fact that you also cite customers and sort of take time for auctioning processes, how do you see the gold loan NPA picture going forward? And are there any anomalies as far as lending practices of banks are concerned, wherein Muthoot has remained sacrosanct? Thank you.
Oh, so many questions anyway. The first question was about the customer addition. New customer. There's been substantial new customer addition this quarter also. So I don't know from where you said there was a reduction.
So it's not a pure gold loan, gold price function. If you look at slide number 44, you can see that the new customers have significantly increased each and every quarter. Say first quarter we added 4.57 lakhs. Second quarter 4.34 lakhs. Third quarter 4.17 lakhs. All these disbursements adds up to almost like 15,000 crores. So that is a significant improvement. And now our customer addition net basis, it has increased by during this 9 months, it has increased from 87 lakhs to number of loan accounts has increased from 87 lakhs to 99 lakhs, almost 1 crore loan accounts. Customers have net customer base has increased from 56 lakhs to 62 lakhs. So there is a significant improvement. It is not a pure gold price play in this. When the price of the underlying commodity goes up, we cannot expect people to bring in more and more jewelry.
They will bring only the required amount for the required price. If they want 2 lakhs, they will bring only jewelry worth 2 lakhs at this today's price. So every loan, the older loan when it gets closed, the proportion, the LTV there was done has been much lesser. So 20 grams will go when the same amount is paid taking another customer, he needs to bring only 18 grams. That's the difference.
Can you repeat your second question?
Yeah, so there has been anomalies as far as gold lending NPAs are concerned for banks. And even ministry has been highlighting that for now and then. I mean, I understand it's a highly recoverable asset and GNPA might not be the right parameter to judge a business like yours. But still, how are we sacrosanct vis-a-vis the anomalies that banks are facing on the gold in the gold lending segment?
If you avoid the discussions to bank, I will tell you what is in our what we do. As a stated policy, we would like to give more time to the customer. We wouldn't like to auction his gold just at the drop of a hat. So just because it has become NPA, we don't auction the gold. If the customer comes to us and requests the branch for some more time, maybe 2 months, 3 months, etc. If we see that we are in the money, we would rather give the customer more time than auction his gold just because it is an NPA. That is our stated policy, and that is what we do, and that is why customers flock back to us
again for the next loan. So they feel that we are not very harsh in this auction business. So probably we have 4.2% of our NPA, but then it is not, it is 100% principal and interest is safe there, or it is secured in our book. So we don't mind keeping a part of it as an NPA. Of course, because knowing very well that it will never translate into a loan loss for us. So over the last decades, we have never had an NPA. Because of an NPA, we have a loan loss. So that is why we try to adjust or accommodate the customer as far as possible. So in the next 2-3 months, many of them will pay interest or will close their account, etc. But then we are saving an auction. We're actually helping the customer not to auction his gold. That is our policy. So we would like to keep this NP also around this 4.2, 4.3, that level going forward also. If things are up there, we would like to bring it down also. But we wouldn't be concerned even if it is 4.2 or 4.3%.
So that is well understood. Second part of the question was there were certain anomalies as far as gold lending customer base is concerned, especially for banks. How is our customer base and underwriting practices sacrosanct vis-a-vis the anomalies that have been observed for banks in the gold lending segment?
I don't know what are the anomalies seen in the bank. If you can say the anomaly, then I will say whether it is available. That anomaly is there with us.
So there have been observations on LTV, transparency, and renewal of loans without the closure of existing loans. Plus, Ministry have also highlighted rising GNPAs in the gold lending segment. So I understood the Muthoot part, but I'm just talking more because you are the industry veteran. So talking more from the industry perspective on how this customer segment is behaving vis-a-vis gold financiers versus bank-led gold loan customers.
Okay. Gold loan is one of the best products which a customer can get today. It is not a loan which is increasing its leverage. It is the best loan which is available today, where customers are not able to get personal loans, they are not able to get a microfinance loan, they are not able to get other types of loans. The easiest is gold, and people are generally very happy taking a gold loan.
No debt trap.
And the customers don't get into a debt trap also. So this is something which needs to be encouraged. So if some banks have wrong practices, it is not there in Muthoot. We are doing what is definitely required and what is in the line, and that is what Muthoot stands for. That is why you see that we have the largest gold loan portfolio among all the other NBFCs also. So the practices which we do are definitely good and definitely in line with what the customer needs, and that is what we'll be looking at. What banks do, what they don't do is not for me to comment, or what the ministry said also not for me to comment.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kamal Mulchandani from Investec Capital Services. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. So firstly, on the gold loan part, if you could just give some color, like what is the policy on the loan rollover by Muthoot? Like, do we net off the loan, or like the customer pays the loan completely at the maturity, and then we give 100% new loan to the customer? So what is the policy over rollover?
Any loan which is given as a new loan or a renewal is only done at the current LTV. If the current LTV is 75%, it is done only at 75%. So that is a loan policy we have, and that is what we have been doing till now also.
So supposedly on the maturity date, if the loan LTV, the value of the gold has increased, and I can avail further loan basis the new gold price. So will I be required to repay my earlier loan, or you couldn't give an additional amount over and above, like whatever the difference in the LTV is? So how do we do that?
So if the customer requests for that, we can definitely, as long as it is within the LTV.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for that. Sir, on the MFI part, can you please help us? What is the PAR 0 number?
Just check. We'll get that number. We'll get that. Okay. We'll get that to you later. We'll get it to you.
Okay. Sure. And do we have some color over what is happening in Karnataka, and what is the percentage of portfolio in Karnataka, and are we facing some issues in collection with the government uncertainty going around?
No, I don't think there is any problem as yet. Of course, there are some talks about Karnataka bringing some rule, etc. And there is also some talk about somebody overriding that rule, or staying that rule also. That's all there. But I think nothing specific for us there in Karnataka. And the portfolio in Karnataka, I don't know the exact number, is very small also.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much, sir. It would be great if you could just provide us the PAR 0 number. That's it from our side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Before we take the next question, a reminder to the participants, if you wish to join the question queue, you may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Abhijit Tibrewal from Motilal Oswal. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. For taking my question. So firstly, congratulations on a good quarter. We need your help in understanding some things.
Sir, your voice is sounding very muffled, sir. Are you connected on your earphones? I would request you to please switch to your handset, sir.
Is it better now?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So what I was saying is we need your help in understanding some of the regulatory developments that some of the other gold loan players, including NBFCs and small finance banks, who've spoken about these developments in this quarter. So first thing is, what some of the other gold loan players are saying is the regulator is asking that LTV, instead of being capped at 75% at the time of disbursements, should remain at 75% during the entire tenure of the loan. And what this means is that at the time of disbursement, the LTV that one can give out will actually be lower, depending on what will be the accrued interest during the tenure of the loan. And the second thing, sir, when RBI had come out with guidelines, they had also shown or talked about something around, I would say, renewal or rollover of gold loans at the time of maturity. Just trying to understand, is the RBI now asking that you start making some additional provisions if you are rolling over loans at the time of maturity? So if you can just help us understand these two developments, if any, on the regulatory side, that will be very useful. Thank you so much.
Actually, no two developments on this. RBI has always been saying these things, but there are no new developments on this, and we are doing business as usual.
Got it, sir. And so just one last thing, while a lot of discussion has already happened on the level of GNPAs and when you will eventually want to auction the loan, all those points are very well received. I'm just trying to understand, given that now we are in the fourth quarter, we'll be closing the March numbers. Is there a certain level of GNPA that you will want to be at, right? And because of which you might want to look at some auctioning in the fourth quarter?
Auction is not to fourth quarter or third quarter, etc. Auction is something which we do always. So definitely, whenever we need to do auctions, we will do auctions also. So if the GNPA, the customers are not forthcoming, and we feel that they are not going to take back the gold and they are not going to renew, they are not going to close the loan, we'll have to do auction. So, but that's our very last resort. So if there is something to be done this quarter, we'll definitely do it. But we'll try to see that our GNP, etc., is within this 4.3, 4.2, etc.
Got it, sir. Got it. This is useful. That's all from my side. Congratulations and all the very best to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So there was a question on, what is our microfinance exposure in Karnataka. That is about 900 crores. And the PAR 0 is 7,850 crores. That is about 90.5% of the total portfolio.
Abhishek sir, does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Shripal Doshi from Equirius. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. The first question, sir, was again on the regulatory front. So, has there been any communication with the regulator on the bullet repayment as a product? And, there has been some, the regulator has in a way highlighted to have a EMI as a product in the gold loan category as well. So, is there any communication or has there been any discussion on this particular aspect?
No, sir. No discussion.
Okay. And then secondly, just touching again on the earlier participant's question on 75% LTV throughout the tenure and at the time of disbursement. So we are following the policy of 75% LTV at the time of disbursement, and then we do not really look at how it is moving throughout the tenure.
We have not made any change there, and we have not heard anything from the regulators.
Got it, sir. So the third question was on the instant personal loan category. So there, as you highlighted from 190 crore, the non-gold NP has increased to almost 300 crore. So is it predominantly coming from this particular segment, or is it some other segment also?
Sir, we are losing your audio. We are not able to hear you clearly.
That 300 crores is from personal loans, from business loans, from LAP and Instapay, all put together. And the portfolio has also grown, sir.
Okay. So, sir, how is this the instant personal loan portfolio in terms of GNPA, particularly for this segment, and credit cost here, sir?
Well, I think quite good, quite nice, because it is given to customers who are known to Muthoot. Already customers.
So this would be predominantly
100% provided for all NP accounts under non-gold. We are providing 100%.
Right. So just one aspect there. So this instant PL would be to our captive gold customers only, right?
Not captive gold customers who have had business with Muthoot.
All right. And so just last question, what would be the auction during the quarter?
Around 60 crores.
60 crores.
And for 9 months, sir, like the whole 9 month FY25?
Get back to you. Not a big number, I suppose.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir, and good luck for the next quarter.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Raghav Garg from Ambit Capital. Please go ahead.
Sir, thanks. None of my questions has been answered. My other question is, what is the interest accrued outstanding as of December on the books?
1,851 crores.
1,851 crores.
Sorry, 1,851. Is that correct?
Sir.
Okay. I'm not able to hear you properly. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir. We are losing the audio. Participants, please stay connected. I will reconnect the management line. We have the line for the management reconnected. Please go ahead, sir.
Thanks. Sir, my other question was, I wanted to understand your rationale behind transforming Muthoot Money into gold loan business.
Why is it that you cannot absorb those branches into the standalone business? Why do you have to do it as a separate business, even though the nature of the business is same as a standalone entity or the parent entity?
That's why it's called a transformation. No? Earlier we were doing vehicle loan business in that subsidiary. It's not for doing vehicle loan business.
It was doing vehicle loan business initially. The vehicle loan portfolio is running down. It's still some vehicle loans are still there. So it was not making money. So that is why we started the gold loan business. That's why we started the gold loan business.
Okay. So do you plan to absorb this entity at some point in the future into the parent entity?
That's a decision for the board to take. I think we have not discussed that at all.
Understood. And do you see any regulatory risk here? Because I think for gold loan branch expansion, you have to take the RBI's approval. Will that apply in this case as well, in case of Muthoot Money, once you transform it completely?
So Muthoot Money, once it crosses 1,000 branches, regulations will apply.
Understood. That's all from my side then. Thank you.
Earlier there was a question on auctions. So the 9 months auctions is around 382 crores.
382 crores is the full year's auction. 9 months. Somebody has asked for it. Hello?
Raghav sir, does that answer your question?
Yes, I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We take the next question from the line of Umang Shah from Kotak Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good evening. Thanks for taking my question. Sir, I just wanted one clarification. So the non-gold loan portfolio where these customers who are is it fair to assume all of these are like active Muthoot customers, or these could possibly be customers who have been Muthoot customers in the past?
There are customers of Muthoot. There are non-customers of Muthoot also. It's a mix. Okay. It's not that they are fully customers of existing or past customers. There are entirely new customers that have no business with Muthoot Finance also are coming there.
Sure. And sir, typically out of this 4,500 crore worth of loans, what proportion of loans or customers would also have active gold loan at this point of time with us?
We wouldn't have looked at that number. We wouldn't have looked because it is not on the active gold loan customer we are giving the loan. We are giving the loan based on the underwriting for the personal loan. Gold loan is not a criterion there at all.
Sure, but it's a possibility that they might also have a gold loan which is probably active.
Definitely. Somebody who has taken a personal loan from other NBFCs also will have a gold loan with Muthoot probably. So I don't
understood. Okay, understood. Sure. That was my question. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Shubhranshu Mishra from Phillip Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi. Just wanted to understand the total number of customers we bank on a monthly basis. Of them, the number of customers who have got 2 gold loans with us, the number of customers who've got 3 gold loans, and the number of customers who've got 4+ gold loans with us. Thanks.
So, Subhranshu, I know your voice was not clear. Can you repeat that once more?
Hi. I hope my voice is clear now. I wanted to understand the total number of customers we bank on a monthly basis, the number of match accounts we bank on a monthly basis. The second part of these, how many customers have 2 gold loans with us, how many customers have 3 gold loans with us, and how many customers have 4+ gold loans with us?
So, Subhranshu, there is a slide number 44, which talks about the customers, new customers we onboard. You can take that as a number of new customers onboarded because the other portfolio is negligible. So you can simply ignore those non-gold customers getting added.
No, I'm not asking for non-gold customers. I'm asking for the number of gold loan customers we bank on a monthly basis.
So I don't have the monthly numbers. Quarterly, it is roughly around 4.1 or 4.3 lakh customers.
Okay. Of these, how many customers would have 2 gold loans, 3 gold loans, and 4+ gold loans?
That number we don't have. Somebody having more than some customers with 2 gold loans, customers with 3 gold loans, customers with 4 gold loans. We don't have data on that, sir.
So, if you simply add 1 crore by 60 lakhs, every customer will have about 1.25, 1.3 crore.
Is the average 1.5?
Simply divide 1.
Almost 2 million rupees comes from digital.
Are there more questions?
No, there are no more questions. I'll take this offline. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Bhaskar Basu from Jefferies. Please go ahead.
Thanks. I just had one question. When I look at your ALM for the last couple of years, almost 40% of your borrowings ex NCDs mature in the first 6 months and around another 30% in the remaining 6 months. So almost 70% matures. And just wanted to clarify, there was a question earlier also. These are all 1-year MCLR linked, or do you have shorter MCLR as well? Because these seem to be shorter maturity loans.
So, no, I think I answered this question earlier. We have roughly around roughly around 20% of the bank loans which are short term. Rest are all long-term loans. So this short-term loan, the reset happens on maturity. Long-term loans, mostly it is annual reset.
Yeah, but every year almost like 70% matures within the year. So which is why when you say long-term loans, what would be the tenure for these loans?
No, so when you look at the ALM, you might be seeing the installments also. Because term loans are quarterly installments. There's no reset happening. That's why that payment is shown in the ALM statement.
Okay. So basically 20% is shorter tenure of these.
10% is shorter tenure. The rest will be term loans where the reset happens annually. Whatever is the residual balance outstanding as on that date.
Okay. No, thanks. That was my only question.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Aditya Vikram from Digital Beast. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you very much for allowing me to ask the questions. So, sir, you had revised the guidance last quarter. Are we sticking to the same guidance for this year as well? Apologies if you have already answered this.
Yeah, so last quarter we revised the guidance from 15% to 25% for the whole year. But in the third quarter we overachieved it. We have reached 29%. Certainly we are not again revising the number. Certainly we are expecting a growth to happen in the fourth quarter.
Okay, so just to follow up, somewhere in your presentation I read that you have written that there is a cautious approach. So is that only for microfinance business or that is for the entire firm at a consolidated level?
Yeah, mainly for the microfinance business.
Okay. My second question, sir, then is your GNPA and net NPA has come down primarily because, of course, the AUM has increased. But on a net basis, do you see any stress overall in the economy, or do you think that we are sticking to the number which we have?
There definitely can be stress in the economy. That's what I am hearing. We don't see any stress, but I am reading everywhere there is stress in the economy. But then that is helping in the gold loan business because people are not getting money elsewhere. They're coming for gold loans. That's what we can understand in this.
Okay, so what is your net increase for like-to-like basis between the quarters in the AUM for the NPA side?
So on the NPA, September quarter it was 3,880 crores. December it is 4,117. So there is a increase of around 230 crores quarter on quarter.
And what was September to July quarter? Sorry if you can answer that one. September to June, apologies.
June it was 3,353 crores. That is about 530 crores increase.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Expecting the NP numbers to come down by March. In gold loan business,
I'm sorry, sir, we are unable to hear you clearly.
The gold loan business, the NP numbers don't matter. Is a single number. So it may be less also.
Sir, I'm sorry to interrupt. We are not able to hear you.